Welcome to another race here in the Fun Classic. It's a good good qualifier for your and Ultra. They stop for second. Then Sergio and Bacasa, third and fourth respectively. UK born Blade John Sonic P5 and P6. So it's the first three rows by Babylus, Revo, Vismov, Campo, Bogsorov, Kubica, I'll finish on saying later. Tom Leon 13th, Paul Sierra 14th, got Don Tomato, Marica the Magic, MP4. Haring, there we go, just Sim, Carlos Fernandez, the two McLarens, always with delivery, ran off the grid. So the first four rows of the grid, as I was saying, they both have each other's teams on there respectively. No changes in drivers there. 5 and 9 we're underway. It's lights out and away we go. It is a good start for Gorov. It's the perfect start for him. Into turn 1, he's undefeated. He keeps the lead of the Grand Prix from Ultra Bro. McAllister, Blade Sonic, who almost had a move there. He was temporarily up the place there. You came all around the outside on the Mercedes McAllister on the medium tyres. That is not going to be good for his race start. Blade Sonic back ahead of his teammate as Blade Sonic cuts through the Mercedes there. And that was a pretty impressive move. It did not stick in the end as the Mercedes back up into fourth. Sergio on the worst tyres, the mediums, it ain't gonna do very well. Blade will have the overall pace advantage at the moment. Can he utilise it and get himself ahead? Sergio in the corner with the inside line. That's obviously gonna pay out for him better, as the Renaults are able to pull away freely here in Hungary. And that was a perfect start for Gregorov. Absolutely unmatched there. What a reaction off the start line for him. As look at this, the top 8 in very similar order to the start of the race. That is incredible to see. It's very interesting nonetheless. Yeah, of course, we've got a lot of action here to look forward to in Hungary, as Ultra's already pulled up a second from McAllister. If the Renaults can keep this up, they could possibly have their best performance by far this season. We all know how well the Renaults work together. They love a good old strategy. They love working together. It's very obvious, as you can probably tell by last season. Yeah, that was a pretty good season for them. I also see him before. But as we are focusing on the battles, the Mercedes drivers, Sergio and McAllister, they're alongside each other in this final sector. McAllister overall keeps his position. He's a race winner from last time, so that damaged Sergio a bit in the championship. Can more damage be done today as Ultra fast lap for him, coming off of a bad result in Belgium, where he did not have a good time at all. Ultra down the inside of his teammate, and that is P1 for him. As long as he can stick the maneuver, he currently cannot stick it. His teammate Gregorov up ahead of him again, as they're still side by side. You gotta pick up track of this morning. Fastest sector 1, going to someone. It's UK Ball, as Ultra is there ahead of Gregorov. And they're still side by side. These Renaults, they cannot be fighting too much. They can fight, but not, of course, at this rate that they are right now. Otherwise, they're gonna be nowhere in this Grand Prix. As there is Gregorov down the inside of Ultra. That was not him up in the P1 whatsoever. Ultra ahead. Babylus with a 5-second time penalty. He's caused a collision apparently. And that is going to be put onto his time in his next pit stop. I almost said at the end of the race concerning the penalties when the end of the race in Belgium. That's because no pit stops were required whatsoever. It was a full 11 lap sprint to the finish. But as we're here on lap 4, we're back in Hungary. A track that is really nice here. It's a very interesting track, quite a bit of elevation. As the Renaults leading the way, haven't got much to commentate on really. As the tyres, they're wearing out for Gregorov. As Malika Magic fastest in the first sector. She was also one of the ones who had a pretty bad race last time. It was not good at all. Of course, there was a huge collision between Ultra Bro and Mr. Bob earlier on in the Belgian Grand Prix in the opening stages of that race. And as a result, and Columbus Bombs go on 2 wheels. So if you've never seen that race, yes, it was rain, there was no pit stops, but I think it was still a good race nonetheless. Because there was no dominant person in that race. It was literally just teams against teams at the front. It was an incredible race you should watch. As also down the inside of Kagorov, the Mercedes drivers though, they are ones who are pushing to the limits. They're closing in the gap while also fighting with each other as there is Bridge Solid coming out of nowhere. I did not see that coming whatsoever, but he's getting involved with the Mercedes. If he wants to beat them, he's gonna have to overtake them before he pits. Unless he's going for an undercut strategy, which could work. An undercut is also another possibility here. We've got 17 laps ahead of us here in Hungary. And McAllister rounding off the podium as it stands. The McLarens are far behind everyone else. As there we are, McAllister and Serkiera. 3 and 4, Bloodjohn losing out a lot of time. UK Ball's going to get on his case as we head into turn 1 on board with the Briton, who's opened up his DRS on his steering wheel. And as we can see, he's looking around, trying to get the clean air, utilising the curse system. As down the inside, he gets the move on his teammate, he's ahead, but never mind, Bloodjohn's fighting back. Both of these guys are experienced drivers, both been here since 09. And they are just trying to show what skill can do, what experience can do. They're just showing it right now. As Reynolds still proceeding to lose time. This won't do any good, but however, it's been a strong race for the number 78 and the number 21. Where did I get 21 from? It's 94, sorry. As Blade Sonic is in the pits with Ravo. So both of these guys in for their stops. Ravo cannot hold up Blade Sonic. Blade Sonic though can't hold up Ravo. It's a smooth stop. Hard tires I see. Who is it for? I see hard tires. I think it's Toyota. It was Toyota. Everyone's going at the hard tires as well as Ravo, who I just saw on the hards there. Leaving the pits. That is a hard tire. Oh, damn! He's getting right in the mix up there. As he's leaving the pit lane. And the Renaults side by side again. They're loving this. Yes, they can love the action. However, what they cannot love is the fact that they got 2 roaring Mercedes behind them who are hungry for more wins. They've got a whole bunch of wins this season. As virtual safety car is out, it's Ravo. Oh! The car nowhere to be seen at the moment. And the car we never got a glimpse of the car whatsoever. All I can assume is Ravo's just lost traction. He's went into the wall. Virtual safety car benefiting McAllister and Ultimo. They've went in the pits. To Cable. Oh, he's been slowed down. He has been slowed as he's losing grip in his old pit box there. Medium tires. Have them hold ups. They're not going to do very well. As the clouds are not looking the best right now. So if Raiders going to come, I think for Gore, if he wants it to come now, his tires are already dead. Look at them, the one was at 18%. He has dragged them tires an incredibly long distance and he has no traction at all. Even losing it through the corner, he just never regained it. So for Serkiera, he needs to get ahead now, otherwise he's going to lose out on even more time. But what an insane strategy again, it's 14% on the World Champions tyres. Now they're down to 13. That whole time Serkiera has been held up. But the track, it looks unusually dark and it's inters! Intermediates! I knew it! I could just see it coming. As Serkiera, oh, he's held up. He's held up Grigorov. Jonathan Sim, he entered the pit. Ultra Bros stayed out. He has stayed out on the mediums. He's going to have to come in at the end of this lap. But many drivers, they have stayed out. Sim was one of them. I was one of the ones who said that he came in the pits, but he hasn't. He has not came out whatsoever. Tire strategy here, non-existent, because they're all just switching onto the best tire. Mr. Bob currently looking for a P3 if he can just keep it on the road. That was a perfectly timed pit stop though for Porsche. Incredible work from the crew there. Getting him in, having them in as ready as Kubica, the soft tires. He's actually kept them the inters really well. As Bowden's actually makes a move on the hard tires in the rainy conditions. He's attempting a move and he's made the move. And he's gonna have to go to the pits anyways, but still, he's made a move on dries on a wet track. McAllister ultra in the pits, and there's been a hold up there because of Sim. Sim was the reason for a hold up there. And he's on 28% on his mediums. It's from lap 10 now. In this race, Serkiera leads from Gregorov, but no DRS on the track because of the wetness. Yeah, that's not going to do any good. And Mr. Bob finding himself in the podium places for Porsche. The Porsche driver never would have expected his second race back in Formula 1, and he's already going for the podium. Incredible. If he can keep that, that'll be some solid work. Some absolutely solid work, as the Dragons, they've not been in favour of this race. They're definitely not in favour of that, actually. P9, P10. They saw this race P5 and P6. But the Michelin running drivers aren't doing any well. Oh, that was a very bold move from Blake Sonic, who attempts to make a move on Pablo Sierra, who's kept into this race pretty well for Scuderia Lamborghini Renault. Unfortunately for him, he drops down. Sebastian Capo, closest he's been to the point of the season. Jonathan Sim, oh, it's a penalty for him. Fighting with Di Benedetto, who's up in P6 for Ferrari. Now, if this can be if Di Benedetto can keep this position, that will be some solid work for the Ferrari team. It would actually be some bits here. What amazing work this driver has done though this season so far. Despite being stuck in such a small, bad team, he's really showing some good pace at times. And Blake Sonic, his team principal actually, because his team principal Dragon and Ferrari probably wanting his race engineer to send a command to let him pass, and does exactly that by the sounds of it, or by the looks of it, because now up into P7 ahead of Dominic Di Benedetto, who drops down to P8. Sorry Dom, I guess he just couldn't keep that position. Serkiera expanding on his lead. Could this be the redemption race he would have wanted from last time out? Because P2 in the standings, McAllister down to P5. This would be some huge result, doing some serious damage to the possibilities of people getting P1 the championship, trying to secure this even more by collecting an 8th win of the season. If you can do that, that would be completely ideal. However, Renault, they're yet to get a win, and they've trained their drivers better. They've got more experienced drivers. They've got a double world champion chasing down the person who's looking to become a world champion. So what I'm thinking here is, if Gorov could use some of his skill and his experience, if he could use it now, that would be absolutely perfect for him. As onto the back straight, as we enter the 13th lap of the Spring Grand Prix. Blake Sonic, penalty for the Nigerian. He's fighting with Jonathan Sims, so that makes 2 to their own. They both have penalties now. As a result, Sim has dropped though. They're just like finding more pace, probably because he hit him. But yeah, that is an extra place for Blake Sonic, who's up into P6. Perfect. Absolute perfection for him there. As you can see, K-Ball in the review of Dominic, looking to get past Pablo Sierra. Dragon need as much points as possible. It was said last race. I'm going to say it again this race. They need as much points as humanly possible. As stands, De Benedetto looking to a P6 finish in this Grand Prix. K-Ball would probably rather take that. So he's going to try his best, his hardest to get it. You're still no longer in striking distance. He's not been in striking distance yet. If he can get in striking distance now, that would be perfect. Now, as we're on lap 14, I don't imagine people will make any pit stops even if it's to go onto some dry tires or some wets. I would not even see wet conditions at all be possible unless we get some big cloud of rain coming into the circuit. But it's not on our forecast, so we can't say that's gonna come. Okay, well, P9 for him now. He's got ahead of the Lamborghini. So UK Ball just behind Thomas De Benedetto in a much quicker car right now. That should be an easy place as long as he just finds the right time. Could now be the time or not? Or is this just a fake to try and trick out the Ferrari? As he looks at the inside line, oh, it's not quite the move for him. De Benedetto keeping the place. So UK Ball still lacking behind there. Sorry about the frame rate issues there. Every lap though, Gigorov is pulling in small bits of time, but it's not enough at the moment. So far, it's looking for a P2 result for him. As Ultimo has managed to get ahead of his spot, but do not know when. But even now, Porsche are looking for a really good result. But Mr. Wall has still the man known as Cletus McAllister in the Mercedes, who's been very strong throughout this season. And UK will finally head to Benedetto. Now currently on track for a P6 finish. So you finally got ahead of people who could have took a P6. If he can pull away, then that would be ideal completely. But oh, Grigorov, he's managed to cook this lap. He's now pulling in. He's pulling in, and we're going to be seeing a two-driver battle here for the race lead in the final 2 laps of this race. 2 laps, 2 drivers, 1 winner. 2 teams, 2 drivers, 2 laps, 1 winner. Who's going to be the winner? We'll find out now. 2 laps time. As we have only 6 tenths of a second behind Sergio, but with the faster pace overall, same car performance but faster pace overall, can our 2-time champion that we're on board with right now do anything to that gap out in front to potentially minimize it? Or will the Mercedes who are on board with now lose time? Can the Mercedes hold on just a little bit longer? But as you can see that the cornering, it's Grigorov who's quicker. You can see that is where Grigorov is pulling his time in. He's getting it in the corners, as you can very clearly see. We're going to be entering the final lap though very soon, so Grigorov is running out of chances if he wants to get this place. So round final corner now, DRS section has been hit, but no DRS because it's raining. Pushing that Renault down the straight. Can he get a first win for Renault? UK ball collision. He's in the wall, and that's his chance of P6 over. He's not going to get P6 now, because it's a wall hit. That ain't good at all. So Miss Bob looking for a P5 finish because McAllister's ahead of him. As much as Grigorov would love to get this win, it's not looking likely unless that McLaren can hold him up. But that is not what's happening whatsoever. Oh, but it's a lot of wibbly wobbly movement. Sergio as Grigorov penalty. That is ridiculous. That penalty is ridiculous. But nonetheless, for Sergio, he's held on. He has held on well. He's going to head round the final corner now. and he's gonna seek out a Grand Prix win again. He's finally managed to find his way on the top step. He wins the Hungarian Grand Prix for Gorov and Ultra Pro. So Renault, it's a strong result, but still, it's not strong enough. Ultra fastest lap of the race as well. To add an extra point there, Calcium Mr. Bob, this one point in a solid performance. But Blade Sonics, Jonathan Sim, and UK Ball. But De Benedetto's here, and what's that going to be? It's P7 for De Benedetto. Tom Leon missing out on points this time. Only race where he has not scored points. And now we've got Babanas, Ocampo, League of Magic, Jacob Kubica, and before. Then we're Danny Boxar, Noah Herring, and Fernandez Zigmund. Livery's a lap down. That's pretty embarrassing for McLaren. For one end to such an exciting race there. And that ends it all off. We're here for the podium celebration now. As you very much see, it is another win for Sergio, returning to the top step after thinking that it was possibly all over for him. Well, he just proved everyone wrong. He got the win, and that was one hell of a drive from the Mercedes driver. There was Grigorov and Ultra Pro. That's it for this race. Let's listen to the national anthem of Brazil. So Sergio win for Grigorov, Ultra Pro, McAllister. Then got Miss Bob, Blade Sonic, Dominic De Benedetto, Jonathan Sim, Pablo Sierra, UK Ball, Tom Leon, Iron Baroness, Sebastian Campo, Malika Namanjak, Jacob Kubica, M4, Boxar, Noah Herring, Fernandez, Zygmunt Livery, and Ravo, who retired earlier on due to an incident which we did not see. That's if Hungary. Can't wait to see you next time for Magny-Cours and the brand new layout, the final circuit of the Magny-Cours track. We've still got some more races left in the season, but yeah, we're going to finally see the proper layout of Magny-Cours that we've been working on. We'll see you later, and have a good day, everyone. Goodbye.